welcome back here to the channel. My name is SV and we are playing Satisfactory Update 5. In the previous video, yesterday's video, we got Caterium and Sulfur added to the eventual factory. We haven't added it fully just yet. Next up is going to be Quartz. So we're going to leave a little bit of room. I think I might actually leave this space, and I think we'll just put quartz in on these two lines. So popping on down here, we're gonna tackle okay, let's get our zoop going. Okay, and then the reason we're obviously doing this is we want to align to the grid as per usual. So let's delete those lovely things, and you're not going to be feeding this anymore. We're going to completely break you apart. Could probably use some of the silica, but it's not the end of the world right now. So we're going to get that back so fast, eventually. But yeah, let this thing sink all the resources. Do I have any? Oh, this already is a Mark II. Okay. I was like, do I have anything that can maybe make that faster? Nope. I don't want to break the line for the sink. We're just going to keep the sink going for now while we do all the rest of this. So we'll delete all this stuff and we'll sink all these materials except for the raw. The raw can just be deleted. And then we've got to align the grid. Just speed things along here a little bit. This game is a game of the early to mid game. It's all about temporary solutions into new temporary solutions into eventually you have enough where you can make it a permanent solution, usually around the time you get Mark III belts. You could start drafting up semi-permanent designs because of just like efficiencies. Like it's unlikely that you're going to have intermediate steps that are over well, Mark III belt is a 270 belt, I believe. So the things flowing from a splitter into a machine, it's unlikely that those are going to be above a certain amount, and therefore you can utilize a Mark III to basically cover everything, and then Mark IIs in between. And then obviously Mark IVs and 5s later, and that's like for your high throughput stuff. So from a miner out to your actual machinery, that sort of a thing. Oh, 1 coupon, wow. We need a whole bunch more than just one. I'm totally going to leave that. Did we delete our... Yeah, we did delete the miner, but that's on purpose. I was just thinking, why would we do that? But this grid is not, unless we get super lucky, not likely to remain exactly the way it is now. Alright, so that silica can go. Okay. So, oh, that's fun. It's just like poking up there a little bit. I was like, what is this purple thing? Let's delete all of this. And then, oh my lord, does it actually line up? No. But dang, that felt close, huh? It is the same height though, which is nice. Oop. Forgot that this is a little off the ground. Zoop. So we could actually leave this up here, even though it's like a little bit of a janky setup with that, but no, we want a miner there. Why wouldn't it place? Or is too steep? So this is producing 120. So this is going to be two separate lines. I can't remember. Yep, two separate lines. And we're going to do the same thing we did before, where they're actually going to come up this way. We delete all of these, and then over here I want okay there. I think that's right for how they come down. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Well, would you look at that? And then I want power, maybe. Okay, not just in a random location, but somewhat centered. We'll just do this, and this, and we'll do that. And then we're going to let that run for a bit. But also, Let's disconnect it from here and reconnect it from there, just to make sure we are completely aligned. Okay, and then we're going to run them to those. Wait. Okay. So this will be the far one, which is there. And then this will be the closer one. And just like that, we've got Quartz flowing up. We've got our awesome sink down there still working. We'll let that run for a while because it's going to take a bit for it to actually go. And now, let's work on getting Deuterium refined into ingots. We're going to leave that sulfur line for a while. But actually, you know what? We're going to bring it all the way into the base there. I do feel like we're going to run out of power soon. So that's something to consider. So you could put a pole like right there if I wanted to. That feels wild. Okay, I'm curious why nothing is powering on. I never set these up. Slash over. Yeah, I probably didn't even set these to Deuterium. Yep. Because it should at least be showing yellow, like, hey, there's no materials going into this. So, did we blow the power grid? Okay, that doesn't actually have it. That's not connected to anything it's saying. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, it's Deuterium now. Okay, so this didn't actually connect. Alright, so we've got Deuterium being processed. Let's get our next couple of lines here. 3 lines for Deuterium. One, 2, and 3. God, I love that. That's so much easier now than it used to be. So this, okay, actually, how much does this spit out? So we have 6 times 15, so that's 90 times 3, so that's 270. Meaning, if we plan this ahead, we could actually get all of these onto a Mark III line. That's actually what we might do. So let's pretend that all of this is going onto a Mark III line, because that's sooner rather than later. So just be one Deuterium line, Mark III. So it'd be at 270 is what we're going to plan on it. But obviously we don't have Mark III belts, and we actually don't even have a whole lot of Mark II belts right now. So from each smelter though, it's only a Mark I required because you're only getting 15 from each one anyway. So it's not like there's much of not much of a need here. Okay. And I'm just going to belt it like, which one is it here? Just going to belt it in line with these because I think that looks kind of cool. And plus it doesn't take up as much space, right? Okay. So that's Quanterium ingots done. They're starting to flow already. Remember, we have only got 2 of the 3 nodes wired, so we can't... F happened here? Wait. What? So is this one supposed to go... What did I do here? This one was supposed to go into here. Probably screaming at me in the comments about this. Okay. And we're just going to bring sulfur directly in. And I think I'm just going to go right along this line. Which actually... Wow. We're out of iron plates. Okay, let's go get some more. We've got like a little decent start to a factory here. Nothing crazy just yet. Still in the early stages, obviously. Plenty more to do. Again, these are just now recovering from the last time we stole from them. Like, look how long we were out there before we needed additional plates. And we built a lot. And let's see how we're doing over here. I bet you... Okay, yeah, we're not backstocked there. For sure we are here. Yep. How we doing on frames? Great. Once frames get backstocked, then our iron plates get backstocked. Quartz looks so good. So what I was going to say is I think I'm going to take the sulfur, I think I'm going to reroute the sulfur line to this line. And then I'm going to run this basically straight on down up until we get to here. going to be our sulfur line. But we're going to have to reroute it from way over there. And then I think quartz has to go into a constructor and not into smelters. I'm almost positive on that. So we're going to separate that as well. Those are just going to go straight up into the second floor where they'll be worked on. Oh, this is actually going to be a little bit easier than I expected, because the sulfur line is the one that jumped the deuterium line. So we'll just do that. And then sulfur is a flowing now. Later on we'll get trains and stuff, and I don't know if we'll build our base here, our actual final base here. Borderline thinking maybe somewhere in the desert. But we'll see. Alright, so we've got, first of all, let's get rid of all the sulfur. So we got sulfur coming in. We got the 2 deuterium lines coming in. We got the 2 quartz lines coming in. And we'll send the 2 quartz lines directly back here. And I think I'm going to do this actually. Be a little bit cleaner and differentiate them. I think it has such a small hitbox. And this is where quartz is coming in. Easy frickin' peasy. And since those actually line up pretty well with these two, let's just reroute that. So it's a lot of trial and error. You know, you kind of have an idea in your mind of what you want, but then sometimes things change a little bit, and that's okay. Like, I have no problem with altering some stuff up. Like, for example, here, I think it'd be cool to have just like a wall. And then this one's gonna go there. We're gonna do a wall because I want to be able to access that factory, similar to that limestone node that we built. Okay. Is that still flowing? It looks like it is into the awesome sink. That's good. And then these are just going to go straight back. Directly in. Again, we're going to have to replace a lot of this with Mark IIs and Mark IIIs, but for now, getting something flowing is always better than getting nothing flowing. Look how slow Mark I's are, though. Okay, so with that, we've actually got all of the outposts combined into one. And we still got some time in this video, so that means let's set up mini factories for them. We're probably gonna have to move this. That's okay though. So we've got, yeah, actually we might just move it. Just preemptively move it anyway. That's kind of interesting, huh? Interesting turn of events there. We're going to move it because I want to add all of these onto the line, or onto the belt. So let's put some of our usual boxes of shame. Okay, that can actually just get deleted. Actually, let's make a little trip. Let's make a little trip over here. Dump some stuff. Got flower petals. We got leaves. We got wood. And then we'll just return the biofuel there. And then that can go there. And then that can go in there. So we get rid of a few things while we start deleting our reinforced iron plates and rotors and modular frames piece. We have all the ingredients to get vehicular transport completed. See, like, I really don't like to have things like this clipping. But sometimes... Oh, concrete. I'm like, what am I missing? But how did I not get that back from... Okay. Yeah. So somehow I'm not getting concrete back from that, but that's okay. So I literally just built this last night, off camera, but again, you build things, and then you destroy them, and then you build new things, and then you destroy them, and that's kind of the circle of life in this game. I mean, it's so easy to just get rid of everything that's, you know, you just disable or dismantle it for free. You get all your materials back, like, super easy. And there's a reason why we're doing this. I'm going to talk about it here in a second, as soon as we get these materials out. Because right now we've got all of the basic materials outside, and I guess steel is not a basic one. It's definitely a next level material. It requires a foundry, which is just a new building that we have not even utilized yet. Not difficult to build steel, it's just you need coal and iron mixed together, and that just affords its own set of issues. So I typically build like a little steel factory, and then I bring in the steel instead of constructing it at the base. So we'll look at that here in a second. Well, probably not in this video, but we definitely are tackling steel sooner rather than later, because the moment you get steel is kind of when the game really opens up. It allows you to get to trains eventually, allows you to get to really, it's like your step into mid to late, where right now we're in early to mid part of the game. Little weird kink in that belt. Okay. So let's fill up the things that we don't need just yet. Yep. I would like something to have been producing modular frames and stuff, but we'll tackle a real version sooner rather than later. Okay, so before I add these, let's work on getting at least the one of the additional factories up and running. So okay, so this will be Caterium. That's going to be sulfur. That's quartz and quartz. Okay. So let's deal with Caterium first. I'm going to build a Caterium factory here. And then I'm going to input on this side. And it's going to share a wall with this concrete one. So we're looking for 270 coming out of this. So 270, and it's going straight into Quickwire. That's going to be a lot of Quickwire. So let's just take all of that. We'll take a couple hundred rotors. There's some construction going on outside of my window, so pardon me if you hear that. And since we're not necessarily likely to build, well, actually we could do the 2 quartz ones. Yeah, this is fine. I know I basically just did the exact same thing I had before, but sometimes you gotta see it. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. Quickwire, 12 to 60. See, that's what I mean. 270 divided by 12 is 22.5. Well then, and that's going to yield 22 times 60. It's 1320 divided by 270. So it's going to be 5 belts of Quickwire. Okay. So first things first. 22.5, and we're just going to do the 22, and then we're going to uptick a couple of them. Do we have enough for 22? Well, meaning space. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We got plenty of space. Probably not enough space to do an additional. Okay, we've got space for Hmm. We've got space for the constructors. We don't have space for the belts. We're going to have 5 belts coming out, and there's no way we're going to fit 5 belts on here. Okay, this is going to be my plan. We're going to have a nice little two tile wide extension of this. And that's where Caterium is going to come in. We're fast approaching our limit on how far we've built off to the side. Not to say we can't expand that, but I'm honestly kind of surprised. Okay, so sorting, constructors start here. So let's just knock them out. 2, 3. Okay. 4. 8, 9, 10, 11. Then I'm going to do the next round right here. 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Give us a whole bunch extra space. Those constructors line up. These obviously don't, but only so much you can do. We'll intake this way, and then let's run the splitters, and that's likely where we are to call it for today. As I feel like we've accomplished quite a bit in this one. Again, obviously not the right belts. It is the right belts to each constructor, because I think that they only take 12. But clearly we are expecting 270 to be coming in. For one, we don't even have that last node ready to go. Someone's honking and being a jerk. Like, what's the point of honking at somebody? The only time I honk at somebody is when the light turns green and they've just been sitting there for a while. I'll give them a good 3 seconds before I honk at them. After that, you're probably just looking at your phone and you deserve to be honked at. Like the ones that, like, you almost get into an accident or someone, like, almost hits another person on the road and then they honk at them. I'm like, why don't you actually concentrate about, like, not hitting the dude instead of honking at them? Seems like the better idea, right? Alright, easy. So we've got the belting coming in, and we're going to have to deal with the belting coming out here very soon. But let me set all of these, and we'll call it at that so I don't forget. And then in the next video, we're going to tackle getting Quickwire onto all of the lines. Then we're going to get sulfur onto the lines, or to our main bus. And then we got to do Quartz which that should be pretty easy. We've already built one of those. And sulfur can literally just pop right in alongside this. Like, actually, let's just belt it over so we have it visually represented. And we can stop it right here for now. But that's going to go and join our bus. This one, I've been thinking, is going to go that way. Because this one is going to go like so. And then I want this one here. And that really is outside of steel, which will come in almost as a finished product. This is basically your normal materials that that you would use to get the, man, I love how easy that is to do, to get your factory started. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.